Happy Tuesday, everybody! We're at Epcot. Look at this traffic. We're going to check out a little bit of food and wine, but more importantly, we're going to check out Rick Springfield live today, part of the Eat to the Beat concert series. We are on our way over to the gates. Unfortunately, I parked in the very first space all the way at the end. It's empty, and I just missed out on getting the greatest spot ever. But getting back to the purpose of this visit, I know that I complained about food and wine in the past. I'll probably get back here again with Mary at some point. She was due to come today, but couldn't get enough stuff to leave work a little bit early. But I'm not here for the food and for the wine, or for the beer. I'm really here for Rick Springfield. Probably gonna lose all of my street cred or any cred for saying that, so you guys can poke fun and laugh all you want. But I grew up loving Rick Springfield, and I am psyched for this show. We have fast passes for the later show. Had to walk around to the American Bandshell in a little bit just to see if I can see if we can catch one of the earlier shows as well. I anticipate it being packed. Rick Springfield has a very rabid fan base, believe it or not. There is a great documentary that you might be able to catch on Netflix or Amazon or one of those services about his tour and resurgence over the last decade or so. One other thing you guys should know is that Rick Springfield is a huge Star Wars fan, and he has a fantastic collection of retro toys. And I mean bigger than my collection, bigger than any of our friends' collections. He is a huge fan. Which reminds me, Death Star. Look at all of this goodness. It's the Nikon Fisher spot. That looks like it might be a marshmallow. Death Star, talking about Death Star. I think this is new this year. Cheese Studio. These are the choices that they have, but I think I'm gonna try that cheese fondue with the sourdough. All right, so this is the cheese fondue. It comes in this cup. Not the biggest, but $3.50. Actually really good. Very, very good. That was actually really good. Awesome fondue. Even more than I could have with the bread. So even though it's a Tuesday, still a considerable crowd here. You can see everybody. The crowd is a little bit different than what it is on the weekends. I think it's a little bit older. Maybe more refined crowd today. And on Saturday it's usually more of like a rowdy kind of drinking type crowd, I think. Big crowd for the lumberjacks today. There's a really long line in France, and it smells delicious. So they've got escargot and some beef dishes. So the stadium for the earlier Rick Springfield show is already considerably filled. We still have this massive line of people pouring in. This is incredible. So this line wraps all the way around and around and around.
Survive. Baby, don't. Baby, don't you talk. Come on, you guys up the back who didn't pay. What? Don't talk to strangers. Sing, damn it. Don't talk to strangers. Baby, don't. Don't talk to strangers. Baby, don't you talk. Baby, don't talk to strangers.
I know we're not supposed to mess with the cast members, but I have to. Baby, don't you talk.
Don't talk to strangers.
Yes! Are you allowed to do that? Don't mess with the performers. Baby, don't you talk. Baby, don't.
Don't talk to strangers.
Usually when I like hug a kid or something, I'm usually pretty sweaty by this point. And then sometimes a kid will go. I get it.
Come here, I'll swipe it
I'm a bit sweaty, all right.
I grabbed
You ready to sing?
She did too.
I did.
Did you? I grabbed his bicep.
Watch Ashley say! You want to go like Alice? Come on, girl! We all need the human touch. We all need the human touch. I need it. The human touch. We all need the human touch. We all need it. It's okay, I can walk around you. Don't worry about it. So cool, calculated along. Sally had a hard time holding back. Got Ellie to her off the beat track. She got the little monkey riding on her back. You want to like it? Come on, girl. The human touch. We all need the human touch. I need the human touch. We all need the human touch. We all need it.
Come on!
I need to see the bigger note. Human touch. Human touch. It's okay, I'll walk around it. It's pretty honest. We all need. We all need the human touch. 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 Oh, I wish that I had just this girl. I wish that I had just this girl. Where can I find a woman like that? I can't disagree. It doesn't seem to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when it starts talking to you. I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably her. Tell me, what can I find a woman like that?
No, he's not done. Right here.
Oh, she's leaving. You going to the bathroom? You going to get a drink? You don't like the song? I think she's going to the bathroom. Go for me, will you? I know 30 minutes is a hell of a long time to hold it, isn't it?
So we watched the first set from the back at the Fast Pass line. There's so many people to get here, the Fast Pass line stretched all the way around. So now, sit in 5th row, see what we can film. More interested in pictures though.
Don't talk to strangers.
show is amazing, but look, just beyond the horizon there, it's like the zombie apocalypse that we're walking up to. So by the way, in Germany, the trains are back out and they're accessible again. We're in Germany. We gotta get a sausage. Comes with a pretzel. So if you ever wanted to know what a $5 sausage looks like, this is it. Rest in peace, former home of Maelstrom. Coming soon, Frozen Land. And they still have these giant walls up, but there's a lot more construction that's happened back there for the meet and greet pavilion and the other stuff for Anna and Elsa. Hey, by the way, we ran into Ricky and Leslie. You may remember them from such videos as They Got Married and also The Search for Carlos Ren. By the way, that sausage, not that great. It was a stale pretzel one. Well worth that $5. It's the Cranberry Bog. I'm not sure if this guy's actually doing anything in here, if it's just for show. I think it's just for show. What do I know though? What's Epcot without going on Spaceship Earth at least once? I like that you can smell Spaceship Earth even from the outside here. They made it up as they went along. I like that as this guy is teaching, they're all sitting there except for the guy in the middle. He's kind of just like laying down like, whatevs guy. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Alright, let's see what record they have in there today. Did you guys see it? Couldn't tell what it was. Love to ride on this one time with all of the lights on. Which do you prefer, high tech or the human touch? Oh God, look at my head. What happened? It's like a dog shooting my head apart. What the heck? And so begins the epic walk back to the car. That was a really fun after-work adventure. Pretty good time. I thought about going to see the third set of Rick Springfield, but there were so many people that I just could not deal with those crowds. The cast member that I spoke to before the show said they were totally unprepared for the amount of people that came out yesterday to see Rick Springfield, and then today they got a little bit more hip and tried to deal with crowd problems as well. I'm back home. Awesome time. I'm not the biggest fan of the prices at Food and Wine Fest, especially for the portion sizes that you get. And I explained that in the prior video about how Busch Gardens did a Food and Wine this year, and I think that they did it the right way, where you were able to get discounts off of food by purchasing things in advance, etc. But in any event, that's a whole other rant. Awesome day today. Food and Wine Fest, when it comes around, it's usually one of our favorite times of year because we're able to get out and see specific concerts that are free from Epcot. Just like we love to go to all of the Universal concerts and the SeaWorld concerts and Busch Gardens as well. But on that note, we're going to get ready for bed. Just got to wake up and do this again tomorrow. Back to work. Thank you for all of your likes. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.